Welcome to Empower Hour. Let's get growing. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you are all doing so well. It has been just incredibly beautiful weather-wise here in New York. My favorite season, Libra season. And it's been a busy week. So I am in that TGIF mode, which is not typical of me. And yesterday was very intense day of networking. And I haven't been, doing the networking thing for many years. And I got started again. At some point, I realized I don't really need to meet more people. I need to service the people I know better. But I've gotten to a place now where I want to meet a very different, specific type of people. So I did the networking thing. And it's funny because now I'm spending all this time around entrepreneurs. There's like a common theme, a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear, a lot of scarcity. And a lot of them are based around workforce issues. So I've been writing blogs about it for the last 2 weeks and really digging deep into what I identify as the problems and, more importantly, the solutions. We became business owners and entrepreneurs because we wanted to have freedom, right? We wanted to love what we do. We wanted to have flexibility, yet we have trapped ourselves in a cage in so many of the circumstances. And one of the main complaints I hear, again, is about today's workforce. Or I shouldn't say one of the main complaints, because I already said that. What the source of pain that people are feeling deeply really does revolve around today's workforce. And workforce is a very broad term. So I'm talking about your team members, your colleagues, your employees. There's a lot of scarcity and fear around this subject. And very limiting mindsets, limiting beliefs are occurring. I love this expression. Don't pray for a miracle, be the miracle. And through the pandemic, things changed a lot. Today's workforce has shifted. People are seeking purpose, growth, meaning. And just what if the problem lies in our outdated approach to leadership? So it's time we shift from complaining about the lack of talent and looking how we can lead, inspire, and empower the individuals who are already with us or that we have access to. It no longer is the sense of meaning and fulfillment a nice to have. It's a must have, and we have to adapt. There's been a complete shift in motivation in today's workforce. People are no longer interested in coming in just for a paycheck and to make the boss rich. Everyone is entrepreneurial and has dreams of having that come true, being an entrepreneur, right? So they want fulfillment and they have this entrepreneurial spirit that quite frankly wasn't there 5 years ago. And so we must create businesses that serve a greater good and empower people that we're associated with so that they feel fulfilled. What they want is to have purpose and impact. They want leadership. So lead. Complaining is not leadership. I know I've been guilty many times. People in the workforce today, they want personal growth development opportunities. They want to learn. They want to learn new skills. They want to be in creativity and innovation. And they want a culture of gratitude. So it's our job to create an environment where talent thrives, where people feel valued, and where their entrepreneurial spirit is sparked. One of the main things I've learned in my life is what you focus on expands. And so when we're focusing on this, the saying things like, I just can't find anybody with any talent. I can't, keep people. I can't do that. They're just not the same. They're lazy. They're this. All of that stuff that we're focusing on is what we're bringing out in people. Low frequency leadership is control and hierarchy. High frequency leadership fosters empowerment, fosters skill building, fosters in entrepreneurial thinking, personal growth and development. And then we get to what I call soulful prosperity, right? Connecting and leading, connecting purpose and profit, and leading with that purpose. Thriving holistically, integrating purpose, creativity, and well-being with financial success. So how do we do this? How do we make this shift? How do we make this change? Well, there's many things that you can do. And I get it. This is very counterintuitive for people. But if we don't make this shift, we're not going to get that joy and that freedom back, right? Complaining about the workforce and just feeling frustrated and angry and all of those things is not going to help your business grow. Good morning. So they're not looking for just like a dead end job. Today's workforce wants growth. They want development. They want the chance to advance their skills. And again, they want to be led. So instead of us complaining and feeling like it's hopeless, we did not become entrepreneurs and business owners to live in a space of hopelessness. Let's give them what they want. Let's try it. And so there are a few things that are super, super important. Number one is the power of alignment. Aligned employees are more engaged and productive. And what does alignment mean? Well, we're going to get into it a little bit more, but alignment means that they fully understand who you are, what your vision is, what the mission, purpose, focus, passion of this business is, and how that impacts their life. Because they not only don't want to just show up to make your bank account richer, but they don't want to just show up to make your life better. They want to understand we need to tie how the company's mission, goals, and values are aligned with their own. And when we're succeeding over here, we're succeeding over here as well. And that it matters. Empowered employees contribute more than those motivated purely by financial gain. Simon Sinek has a quote, which I'll paraphrase, that basically anybody that's in it for just the money is only going to be looking for money as a return. And I have come to know in my life, it's almost never about the money. We think it's about the money. We say it's about the money, but we're not digging deep enough. So if you're spending the time to dig deep, number one, dig deep with yourself first and truly have a vision that you can articulate, right? What is the greater purpose of this business so that people can get aligned with that purpose and that vision, and it starts to be embodied in everything everybody is doing within your company and in your business. I did this in growing my real estate company, and I said this before, but I had brokers calling me and calling my agents, a broker calling me saying, what are you doing over there? no matter what I offer, no matter what I say, your agents won't leave you. Can offer them more money, more this. And they're like, no, I'm never leaving Jen. And then I've had those brokers call the agents themselves and say, what is it about her? What is it about her? And really, it was just about that I dug deep. I became vulnerable. I let them know who I was, what my mission was, what my purpose was. And then I made sure that I understood what their mission and their purpose was. Listen, and in real estate, there's very little loyalty, which is why these brokers were so shocked, right? A little bit of a higher commission spit, they're out, they're going. And we did not have that kind of culture. And it was extraordinary. And it felt good. When you walked into our office, people were happy, people were engaged, people were productive, people were excited. Not only that, they were so committed to growing that company. They were, you got, out in the field talking to other agents, like, you have to speak to Jen. You really should speak to her. You really need to come over. So I didn't even need to really work to grow the company. It was being done for me by the people that I was in business with, by my teammates, by my agents, by my employees. They felt empowered and aligned with the purpose, and the purpose of the company and growing the company and our greater good aligned with their own goals. Another phenomenon that I feel has really impacted and changed the workforce greatly is post-pandemic. The entrepreneurial spirit has been awakened in everybody. I mean, you can't open up a newspaper, look through any business magazines or whatever without hearing about side hustles. And, it's prevalent all throughout social media. Everybody's got a side hustle. And I think we approach this from a place of fear. I'm gonna pour into these people, and then they're gonna go leave me and start their own business or do this and do that. Not everybody is meant to be the number one, for lack of a better term. If you can tap into the entrepreneurial spirit and fulfill that craving, that desire that the people, your teammates, your employees have, more than likely, probably 80% of them, if not more, are going to be fulfilled with that and not need to go and leave. But as leaders, we can't be afraid of pouring into people and then trying to control it and make sure, oh, they never leave me or they never do this. We have to be open, we have to be vulnerable, and we have to empower people. And I don't even like the fact that I'm saying we have to, because you know what, you guys, we get to do this. When we become business owners and entrepreneurs, we're stepping into the realm of leadership, but yet we forget to lead. So the more you pour into your people and the more you empower them, the more you lead them in personal development and professional development and skill building and creativity and fostering this entrepreneurial spirit, you're doing quite the opposite. You're creating a bond and a loyalty that can never be broken. Now, the agents that I had this kind of bond with, we're family now. Taking this entrepreneurial spirit that your people have and leverage it to everybody's advantage. Who knows what ideas they can come up with? And also getting into creativity, right? First, you want to make sure that there was great structure and process and systems in place, of course. But that's the thing. When you really start putting the structure, the process, and the systems in place, now there all of a sudden is time for creativity, right? And I know, again, it can feel counterintuitive to loosen the reins and trust your team to think and act like entrepreneurs. But just try it. Encourage them to bring ideas and creativity to the table. Leverage their entrepreneurial spirit. It will drive innovation. Focus on leadership, not management, right? High frequency leadership versus low frequency leadership. Low frequency leadership is all about that control. I learned this lesson a little bit myself this morning, um, with my own teammate, my own employee, and it's something I'm going to make sure that I'm walking the walk on myself. So I get it that it's counterintuitive. We always think we're the visionary, we're the entrepreneur, but that has changed. So we need to provide the space for our team, our employees, to have a place to bring their new ideas and experimentation with trust and faith. Fostering a culture of gratitude and inclusivity. And inclusivity, I'm not just talking about DEI, I'm talking about inclusivity of ideas, originality, creativity, excitement. Gratitude fosters that loyalty and long-term engagement. The people that I built my team with were extremely loyal, and we're not going anywhere because of this culture of gratitude and inclusivity. When I knew somebody was great at a skill, I asked them to teach everybody else on it. People thrive in environments where their contributions and their strengths are recognized and celebrated and encouraged. Gratitude fosters a positive work environment where employees, team members feel seen and appreciated. Mindfulness helps people stay grounded, focused, and less reactive to stress. So just pausing, taking a moment to reflect, set intentions before your meetings. So powerful. And then creativity will open the door for fresh ideas, new solutions. And when you incorporate these elements into your culture, you're going to empower your people to be fully present and fully engaged. Just put yourself in the shoes of people who are in a position where they have to have a job and they have this entrepreneurial spirit and they have this need for personal growth and personal development, and they're showing up and they're, in a culture of it's just never okay, it's never good enough. That is not fun. So their output is going to be limited. And this brings us to leading with purpose. We need to have clear vision, clear values, clear focus, clear purpose. Our purpose needs to be aligned with a greater good, one that doesn't get boring and everybody has the buy-in to. And then you need to be able to communicate and articulate this daily in all you do. So in your actions, affirming your vision, your values, your focus, your purpose, and your passion in all your decision makings, your hiring, how you hire, how you fire, what kind of clients, what kind of customers, what kind of people you want to be doing business with. When you can clearly define this, again, what you focus on expands. And so now you have this clearly defined. I got to plug in my computer here. You're going to start attracting exactly what you want. I don't know about you guys, but I want to build a business that nourishes my soul. I want to build a business that fuels this beautiful life that I get to enjoy, where I am present with my family and present with the things that are most important. And I am moving forward with the things that matter most to me. But if I am dragged down and bogged down with, going in opposition of my team, my employees, that is not going to happen. It's going to leak over into my personal life. It's going to leak over into the next projects. I'm going to feel like I don't have the time. I'm too busy babysitting. I've had that said to me so many times that they feel like they're babysitting. And I'm encouraging you to have the courage, right? Encouraging you to have the courage to take responsibility. We are 100% responsible for all of our outcomes. Communication is the result that you get. So, how are you communicating? Are you communicating and articulating your vision, your values, your purpose, your passion? And are we taking the time to understand what our teammates and our employees, what their personal goals are, what their personal values are? And now that if we create the clarity around what the business's goals and values and purpose and all of this is, we can then tie their hopes, dreams, aspirations, values to the companies. And now they understand when I am over here moving this business forward, I'm also moving myself forward. I'm also becoming a better version of myself. I am learning skills. I am growing. I am doing something that has purpose. It has meaning. Just envision that. How does an empowered person show up to work versus somebody who just literally is feeling the same way you're feeling? They're matching. We don't need to match the energy in the room. We need to bring the energy to the room. We can't show up frustrated, drained, exhausted, resentful. Get to know your people, what drives them, what's important to them outside of work. Understanding them on a deeper level allows you to connect to their goals with the company's mission, making it a win-win for both sides. Understanding who they are and what drives them should be a part of your very first conversation. Your very first conversation should be a speech about what your company stands for, why it exists, what its purpose is, what its passion is, what its cause is, and making sure that their vision aligns with your vision first, and then getting to know their vision and tying them together and figuring out how you're going to develop this person into the best version of themselves. That's where you're going to get amazing productivity out of your team. That's where you're going to fall back in love with your team and your employees. When employees and team members see that their personal and professional growth matters to you, they're more likely to feel emotionally invested in the company's success. Now, I built this in my real estate company very simply by what I put into my team meetings and what I put into my one-on-one meetings with everybody throughout the week. I showed up at that team meeting, learning a new skill, teaching a new skill, training on mindset, whatever I had to do to give them what they needed to be able to go and grow. It was a point where they revered me because they knew that I revered them. Their life, their outcomes were so important to me. And then they had an emotional investment in the company's success, and they were driven and passionate about helping us grow. And that's where the real joy, the real fun, and the real traction started happening. So the old way of thinking, complaining about the lack of talent, the millennial mindset, or that people just aren't willing to work hard anymore, it needs to go. It's time for us as leaders to take responsibility for the culture that we are creating And if we're not attracting the right people, or if our teams aren't motivated, that's on us. Stop blaming. Stop being a victim in your own business. Remember why you became an entrepreneur and a business owner, for that freedom and for that joy. The solution isn't in finding different people, it's in becoming better leaders. When you lead with purpose, I promise you, your team will follow you with passion. I'm not sure if anybody has any thoughts or comments, but good morning. I see so many beautiful people here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good morning. And I know that, again, this is extremely counterintuitive and it's getting way out of your comfort zone. But I have to tell you, I have taken the quantum leap in the past 2 weeks, and I have been working at being in this space. Let me just remove this for a second. I have been working and being in this space of just knowing what the next right thing is and being unafraid of any outcomes that aren't the exact outcome that I have in mind. This is what taking a leap of faith is. But knowing that what you're doing right now isn't working and applying this soulful prosperity concept, you're going to feel good, they're going to feel good, and it's just mind-blowing. And so the quantum leap that I have taken is just letting go of any trying to recognize fear, laziness, and scarcity in all the decisions and all the situations in my life and in my business. So I'm encouraging you to take that approach, take that kind of peek into your business. If there's anything I've said today that resonates with you, please hop on my schedule. Let's do a deep dive. Let's talk about building a thriving, motivated team through Soulful Prosperity. Let's talk about getting your joy and your freedom back, all the reasons why you became an entrepreneur. And if you just happened upon this, go ahead and register jennifermar.com/empower or scan the QR code, and you will get access to all the past Empower hours. If there's anything that I can help you do or implement, or you want to talk through, hop on my schedule, jennifermar.com/schedule. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Enjoy this beautiful weather. Stop talking about when is it going to rain. Just stay in the present moment and enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.